Andrea Hernandez's day starts with her backpack, sweatshirt, and student ID. But don't be fooled. This magnet school sophomore isn't using her new RFID badge. She's using last year's card. Hernandez says the new ID violates her religious beliefs. She believes it conditions students to one day accept what the Bible's book of Revelation calls the mark of the beast. Her school requires the card for its activities, like buying lunch and checking out a library book.
This is, it's not the great economy of the United States economy or the economy of Texas. It's the economy of John Jay High School. But you're still not allowed to participate in it unless you have this thing.
But Northside says the badges help to keep kids safe. And with 100,000 students in mega schools around the city, that's a tall order. This fall, Northside joined a handful of districts that use what's called radio frequency identification technology, or RFID for short. Northside is piloting the program at its Anson Jones Middle School and John Jay High School. How it works, students must wear badges on lanyards around their necks. The tags contain tiny batteries that emit radio waves. RFID scanners embedded in the ceiling then read the badges and identify a student's location. Like so many schools in America, Jones Middle has surveillance cameras mounted on the ceiling in nearly every hallway. What you won't see here, however, are the RFID scanners that are scanning students' badges.
It's not just knowing a schedule of a student, which may or may not hold true for that day, but it's actually knowing physically where that child is.
Attendance clerks can now identify a student's location in the moment or earlier in the day. It all comes down to these pink circles, which track a student's movement. And many parents support the system, saying it gives them peace of mind.
As a parent, I want to know where my son is because I'm holding the school accountable for his well-being.
But other parents disagree.
I don't like the idea of them chipping the kids.
I believe it does invade our children's privacy and civil liberties, and the fact that there is no provision to opt out.
It's true.
Privacy organizations around the country are backing these parents.
The ultimate concern is here that we don't want to turn into a surveillance society. In our culture, in our legal traditions, the government doesn't watch you unless it has particular reason to suspect that you are involved in wrongdoing.
This type of technology implicates the freedom of speech, the right to freely associate, religious freedoms. Imagine, for example, a student being dissuaded from attending a political interest group because she fears that the tracking technology will alert the principal or other members of the school administration where her political affiliations align.
But the school district says there's no invasion of privacy and that civil liberty organizations don't get it.
We reject their argument. They don't walk in our shoes. They are not the principal or the assistant principal or the teacher in one of these mega schools charged with the safety of these children.
We're not sitting here tracking kids all day long. We don't have time to do that.
The district has no opt-out policy, which may discourage dissenters from speaking out. District spokesman Pascual Gonzalez says when the program is fully operational later this month, the badges will be mandatory.
It will be a requirement of that school for those students to wear their lanyard and their ID card. If they refuse, then perhaps that's not the school for them.
The district also believes the system will help the schools financially. That's because Texas, like many other states, ties attendance to funding. So the more kids a school can count, the more revenue it receives. RFID technology can help to increase attendance rates by finding students who are in the building but not in class.
It's really the kids that are on campus that are doing something legitimately with another teacher or staff member, but they were marked absent.
Manufacturer Michael Wade supplies Northside and 2 other Texas school districts with the RFID badges, and his business is growing. By year's end, he expects to supply at least 10 districts. Wade says the technology makes sense for schools concerned about both safety and budget.
There is this misconception that RFID is tracking something, and we're not. Again, it's a real-time location system. No one's sitting at the computer tracking anyone.
But Andrea Hernandez is not convinced, and she says she's in this fight for the long haul.
And Northside can throw, whatever they want at me, but in the end, it doesn't really matter because life is bigger than just Northside. It's bigger than just John Jay High School. But this program is bigger than what Northside is making it out to be.
Reporting in San Antonio, Heather Sells, CBN News.